Okay, we're going to talk about upselling images today as a branding photographer, and this is a question I get a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and answer it and tell you what I do, and then also share a win from one of the students of the Brand Photographer Method Bootcamp. Alright guys, so upselling images. This is something that's asked a lot, especially in a lot of the photographer groups I'm in, especially when it comes to what do you discount, how do you do it, do you offer packages, or are your images included, all the things. You know, we kind of get overwhelmed when someone comes to us and we don't have like set pricing for something, and then we're like, oh my god, what do we price and how do we do it and what do you do? So for me, I'm gonna just briefly tell you what I do. My photography packages have a certain amount of images that are included into their package. That's pretty standard for the way I offer my personal brand photography, and anything beyond that, my clients have an opportunity to purchase more, and it's a per image rate. So in my contract it says, you know, the fee is basically the fee, any additional images are at a rate of X amount of dollars. Now, the reason I leave it at that is because if my clients, once they get their gallery, they're like, oh my god, I love all the images, I want them all, how much would it remind me how much your per image rate is, and if you offer any bulk pricing? Because I think they remember that it's a per image rate, so they may be curious if there's a discount for the entire gallery. Now, the reason I don't talk about discounts up front, because every gallery is different. One gallery for one client may be 200 images, and another gallery maybe 100, another gallery maybe 300. It depends on how long my sessions are, and so I like to have sort of that discretion on the type of discount I'd like to offer them. The other thing is I do go in and I retouch as needed for my clients, and so I need to understand how much retouching this particular client is going to expect. So that is why I don't specify the discount in the contract, and I take it case by case. So from there, the way I typically handle it is, you know, if they want the entire gallery, I'm going to say to myself, well, what am I comfortable discounting? Sometimes it can range. Usually it's between the 25 and 30% number. You may want to offer more, you may want to offer less. Again, it may depend on whether or not you have any additional retouching to do, and then what you're comfortable with for a per image rate. One thing you can do as a starting base to understand your per image rate is to divide your fee, your total fee, if you do packages like me, by the number of images that they get, and then you have that starting number, and then you can discount from there. So that's really what I do. I do offer the bulk pricing if they ask for it, and I do what feels comfortable based on the amount of time left to deliver those images. Now I'm going to share a quick win from one of my students in the boot camp. I do want to keep her anonymous, but this is a true story. She reached out to me on Instagram and was struggling with how to handle upselling of images. She, you know, at this point had only been, you know, working with clients on a small capacity, and this particular client wanted to buy, I think she said, I have some notes here, she wanted to buy like 48 additional images, and she did have a per image rate, and she said, well, based on that rate, it's going to be like $1,200 on top of her initial fee, and she just felt like that was so much money. She realizes that it was a mindset issue and that she needed to get over it, so she was looking to me to kind of push her towards that upselling. So of course I asked her, you have to figure out what feels comfortable for you. She already did offer a slight discount, so her per image rate was whatever amount of dollars. And then if her clients purchased 3 images, that rate did already get discounted. So I said, okay, well, you're already discounting about 30%. So why not just keep it at 30% and go from there? So she was like, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and review the numbers, and we're going to see what that equals out to. So she did message me back and say she played with the number. She actually gave them a 25% discount. So she ended up making around $900 on upselling images on top of her existing session fee. And they went for it. The client went for it. They had no qualms about it. She said yes. So one thing I also want to point out is that when you are doing this, when you're thinking to yourself, what feels right, and you're like typing away and you're typing and then you're like, nope, delete that. typing away, delete that because you're having this like imposter syndrome mindset. I just recommend you pick a number, you stick with it, you write your email, you send it, and you close the laptop and you walk away. Because that's the only thing you can offer. And then also ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? They don't purchase it. You've still made your fee. They've been made known of how much the images are. It's no sweat. So really you have to do what fits and what you're most comfortable with. And that's what I do with my own business. I hope this is helpful. I recommend you guys start thinking about these rates that you're charging. I do have a pricing calculator freebie. I have a basic calculator that'll get you to what you should be charging at a minimum for your photography packages. I will link that up into the description of this video so you can access that. And then I do have a fully robust built out calculator if you're interested in purchasing that in the shop. I will link that up as well. If you guys have questions, feel free to comment. I hope you enjoyed this video and stay tuned for the next one.